Hi, this is Brian Pash, CEO of PCG Consulting, and I just had a wonderful day today in Summit, New Jersey. What was I doing in Summit? Well, purchasing a car. After weeks of research, Denise finalized on purchasing a 2013 VW Passat. We shopped many different brands and our search really ranged from A to Z, but when it all came down to it, it was social media that helped us determine where we should buy our car. So let me tell you a little bit about that. On a Saturday, I posted onto Facebook to my automotive friends, what do you think of the VW Passat? Why did I post? Well, I don't know much about VW cars. I've never purchased one before. And Denise had indicated that she test drove a Passat and was very interested in it. Well, of course, I got feedback from friends representing other brands that were trying to cross-sell me. But it was Ken Beam from Douglas Infiniti who sent me a custom walk-around video on a VW Passat that was for sale at their sister dealership right in Summit. See, I didn't know that Douglas had a VW store. I always associated Ken Beam with Douglas Infiniti, so I didn't think of calling him up for a price quote on a VW Passat. But he was monitoring social media and responded to me and said, Brian, take a look at this video. I showed Denise the video and it really connected with her. It was those little things that maybe you would miss in a spec sheet that made the difference. One was the trunk space, and Ken's video really outlined how much space was really in that trunk. Also the back seat. My son's tall and his friends are basketball players, so leg room in the back seat was really important. And that was a feature in the video that Ken really made clear. It's funny that you might have watched Ken Beam's videos before, but if you're not in the market for a vehicle, you miss the genius of his videos. He really touches on the things that make a difference in purchasing and established himself as a subject matter expert. After Denise watched the video, she said, this is the car that I want. And more importantly, she felt comfortable with the expertise of the dealership that provided those insights. So I reached out to Ken. Ken connected me with one of his sales professionals named Vlad. Vlad sent us all the information, gave us a transparent pricing quote, gave us everything that we needed to know to make a decision. It was the best deal that we had received from competing VW dealers. Best of all, Vlad walked Denise through filling out a finance application online, faxed her driver's license, provided her insurance information, so when we got to the dealership, it couldn't be any smoother of an experience. A couple little matters with paperwork. We met with the F&I manager, went through signing the documents, and within minutes, Denise was working with a sales professional to understand the features of the car, hooking up Bluetooth. So Douglas VW and the Douglas Auto Group in Summit really were a first-class experience. But I want to go back to the reason why we drove an hour north. We live right in the Red Bank area. There was a local dealer that was literally 5 minutes from our home. We drove the extra hour because someone took the time to communicate to Denise in a way that she could understand that she was making the right choice. And it goes to show you that even though we talk about automotive marketing or internet marketing, how important video is in helping consumers make the right choice, feel good that they're making the right choice, and then also establishing yourself as a subject matter expert in your local community. It was that video that convinced us to drive an hour north because we knew we were going to be treated well. We knew that someone went the extra mile. So I encourage everyone watching this video to consider what extra measures you're taking to reach consumers who are shopping multiple brands. Research from Google says that consumers are less brand loyal. Consumers in that 18 to 35 category are going into the market as a majority looking at 3 or more brands. So how are you going to stand out in the zero moment of truth? Well, Ken Beam and Douglas VW, well, they did stand out. There was a Douglas difference at that dealership. It just wasn't a slogan. They really went the extra mile. So thank you, Ken Beam. Thank you, Vlad. Thank you, Douglas VW, for making the experience exceptional. And best of all, as a surprise, when we went up to purchase the car, Ken knew that I love wine, and he presented me with a beautiful French Burgundy. This is from the Beaune region of France. So I'm going to open this one day with some friends and toast to Ken Beam and the staff there for just making the buying experience exceptional. So the question I have for you is, what are you doing to be exceptional in your local market? Take a look at what Ken Beam and the Douglas VW group is doing. They're great role models. So cheers to Ken and the entire team at Douglas VW.